If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll get notifications when we post new videos each week, or when we have special announcements or really important news that benefits you, your health, your family's health. And if you have not liked us on Facebook, there should be a link somewhere down below to like us on Facebook, because now here we are on Facebook Live in just a moment. So yeah, this way you get two notifications. You get a notification on YouTube, from YouTube, as well as one from Facebook. So you can not just watch these, but participate with us. So here we are live on Facebook. It's Thursday at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So it must be time for me, Dr. Ammitai Worob, here at C-Change Family Chiropractic, to talk about health. And specifically this week, we're talking about the opioid crisis. And while there's a whole lot that's been written, said, and I wouldn't want to repeat all of that stuff because you've already heard it before. I mean, I think that really can sum it up as our healthcare system isn't doing a great job. It's costing a lot of money. And when it comes particularly to chronic pain, chronic illness, we're not doing so great. When it comes to like traumatic and acute injuries and things like heart attacks, traumatic injuries from accidents, stuff like that, we do great. But when it comes to chronic illness and particularly chronic pain, we really don't do so great nationally when it comes to addressing these in healthcare. And so one of the things that we've been seeing is a huge uptick in opioid addiction. And these are, when it comes to prescription opioids, you need a prescription to get them. So it's not something that people are just randomly walking into. They're being prescribed for pain because people are in a place where they're in such pain that other painkillers are not really touching it. And even things like corticosteroid injections and things like that are having maybe limited impact, not a huge impact. So what we're seeing is a huge increase in opioid addiction and all the sequelae, or all the consequences of that. So last week we talked about Ohio being a bellwether state in that their workers' comp board requires anyone who has a low back injury to undergo a course of chiropractic care and or physical therapy prior to being prescribed these tiers of that tier of prescriptive pain medication. Also, they will not authorize a surgery unless someone's undergone chiropractic care and or physical therapy. So we're seeing that happen in Washington State too. It's happened in Ohio. And this week I'm talking about West Virginia, one of our most beautiful states, the Mountain State, because this is beyond just the Workers' Compensation Board in West Virginia. A law was passed where before anyone can prescribe an opioid, they have to prescribe a script for physical therapy or recommend chiropractic care. And chiropractors are portal of entry providers in all 50 states, so you don't need a prescription to go see a chiropractor. You can just see us directly. And West Virginia also required any company who provides health insurance to their employees, that they must pick a plan that authorizes a minimum of 20 chiropractic visits a year, because we know that as great as us chiropractors are, as great as I do here, I don't have a magic wand and rarely can I fix things in one visit. That there is no process that does not require time. So this is huge news, and it's just one of another chain of events that's happening in healthcare policy on a state level, which as it springs up in more and more states will eventually make it to a national level, hopefully sooner rather than later, so that we can get less people addicted to opioids, get more people out of pain, dysfunction, discomfort, and back into their daily activities that they enjoy, productive activity, whether it's work, the things that they love to do with the people that they care about. But again, West Virginia is a really forerunner here in requiring MDs to prescribe or recommend chiropractic and or physical therapy prior to opioid prescriptions or surgical recommendations. So I know that sometimes healthcare policy can be kind of boring and often seems like it doesn't go anywhere, but in this case, last week's video, as well as this week's video, really exciting news in pushing the healthcare system in the right direction. The great thing here, where we are, and really in most chiropractic offices, is we get the pleasure and privilege of working with people who have self-selected chiropractic care. Most people come to see me because either they have a interest in chiropractic care, have heard positive things, or have a family member who's had positive experiences, and they come to us that way, or another physician has referred them to us, or another healthcare practitioner has referred them to us. And then sometimes we are the last house on the block. They've tried X, Y, Z. They've tried, going to get injections from the orthopedist and neurosurgeon or pain management. Tried physical therapy, tried massage, tried acupuncture, tried obviously things like medication. And sometimes we are the last house on the block. And certainly those cases are usually more challenging unless they are just straightforward. This is a chiropractic subluxation issue and nothing else. But usually by the time somebody gets here and has tried that many things over that many years, more problems accumulate. So it takes a little bit more unwrapping or peeling of the onion, so to speak. So if you have comments, I'd love to hear your comments. If you have questions, I'd love to hear your questions. And if you have topics that you would like to hear about, please shoot me an email, post here on Facebook. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, please do that. I was telling our YouTube viewers that we start recording a little bit before we jump on Facebook Live, that if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. There should be a link to that below. And let us know what you want to hear about. And we've got some exciting things coming up. There's some interviews that I did with some other practitioners. There's some interviews with other practitioners that we'll be doing. But what I want to hear from you is what you're interested in, so that I can share that with you, whether I have that information or can bring in another expert to share that with us. So thanks for sticking with us here on Facebook Live. I look forward to seeing you next week.